Hi, here we are in Bermuda, and here are some ideas for your trip there. Hi, coming to you from live from Bermuda. This is our last full day in Bermuda. We're leaving actually this afternoon around 3 o'clock, so it's not quite a full day. But we'll be going out to Dockyard soon, and we'll give you a little bit of tour around there when we do. But I wanted to say a few things about being on Bermuda on a cruise. There's some real positives and some negatives about it. Let me first say a couple of the positives. One is that Bermuda is a really easy place to get around, and this cruise line, and I think most of the cruises coming into Bermuda now, stay 2 overnights, and that gives you enough opportunity to really see the island on your own without doing an excursion. And in some ways, it's better not to do the excursion because that gives you the freedom to come and go to various places that you really want to experience. We're not too much of a beach people, so we look at the beaches as we go by on the bus, but it's very easy to get to the beaches either by the little shuttles, mini buses that they have right outside the cruise line. They're very cheap. I think they're $3-4 to use. I don't know the exact price, but more importantly, the buses are very cheap, as are the ferries, and they get to various places. You have an option to get a 2-day or 1-day pass, which is in some ways a little less complicated because you just can show that every time you get on. Or if you want to pay as you go, it's about $5, which is very cheap. So you have to figure what is most economical and what is most convenient for you. Getting around, simple from the cruise line. You have a little bit of a walk, but there's a little mini bus, a mini shuttle, I call it. It's an open air trolley car, really, that you can get on right outside the cruise line port area. Once you go through the customs, there's the shuttle is right there to the right, or at least with the Celebrity, it'd probably be to the left if you were getting off the Norwegian, which is usually accompanying the Celebrity ship. And you can, from there, if you're not wanting to walk to either the bus or the ferry, you can get on that little tram, it's really a tram, and go to either the place where the buses pick you up. And that's all the way around the other side of the mini harbor here. Or you can get onto the ferry. And I recommend on the first day is that you take the ferry into Hamilton and make that your first day experience. Walk around Hamilton, see that's a charming place, and there's a lot of little things to see there. In fact, there's a nice little museum in town that I would highly recommend just to get a flavor of the history of Bermuda. But from there, you can also take buses almost anywhere on the island. There's a bus station that is about 1.5 blocks uphill from the main street, and it's not very difficult to get to. It's less than a 5-minute walk to the bus station. From there, you can get a bus to St. George's or back to the ship, which is what we did the first day. We spent some time in Hamilton, went to the Hogpenny, which is a fun little pub for a light lunch, and then we took the bus, which is the number 7. You want to take the number 7 going back because that goes along the shoreline. Very pretty view. You could stop on the way back at any one of the beaches, Horseshoe Bay or Warwick Beach, Long Beach, and maybe if you wanted to bring a bathing suit with you, you could go swimming, or just take some sightseeing in at the beach. It's really a beautiful place. Then on the second day, you may want to take the other ferry, which takes you to St. George's, and work your way back from there. Either by bus is a good way. The buses are very easy to pick up along the main street in St. George's, not the one by the harbor, but again, one up, and you can pick up a bus there and work your way back. You can stop at the Crystal Caves, which are beautiful underground caves, or you can stop at the aquarium or somewhere else along the way. There's a Swizzle Inn. There's different little spots. By the way, as soon as you get off the boat, make sure you get a map of Bermuda. They hand out these little pocket maps that show you the whole island and the various attractions, and there are many. it could be a fun 2 days, a lot to do. You can also take advantage of the various water sports that are available. We saw people that were using sailboating, doing various things there. You can take a boat out to the harbor and go under. They have this underwater fish viewing boats and various things. And check the excursions, they may be for you too. But 2 full days in Bermuda, then another half day. So it's a really good way to first experience the island without having to pay the hotel fees, which are pretty high here. Well, I apologize for coming to you a little bit in the dark or the shadow, but I wanted to show the background that we're looking at, which is the beautiful turquoise waters of Bermuda. Yeah, as opposed to me, but that's okay. The last video I mentioned that I was going to talk about the negatives of cruising to Bermuda. The biggie is that even though you get 2 full days here, you still don't get enough time to really experience the island the way you would if you stayed here in a hotel or in a Airbnb or somewhere where you could actually go about from early morning and then go out to dinner and do the kinds of things that you would do if you were here full time. In fact, if we can get here again, I hope that the next time will be by plane and then stay somewhere, probably in Airbnb for a week or so, because I really need to experience it again. I just want to share with you that Bermuda is one of my favorite places in the world, and it is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And if you get an opportunity to come here by cruise ship, I wouldn't take my small negative as a no not to come by cruise ship, because it may be the most reasonable priced and the reasonable convenient way for you to get here, especially if you only have a short vacation span to enjoy. It's a nice little getaway from New York. In fact, I was talking to people that were on the Escape, and I know that goes out of New York City, which is a different experience than the Celebrity ship, which goes out of Bayonne. I think I would have preferred to come out of New York City, but there are advantages to coming out of Bayonne as well. So that's it for now.